guys, Cheap here with more yesterday. Trying to figure out how to rescue Boris. Well, it doesn't give me the chance to do anything. Wrap yourself with the fireproof blanket and decided to go directly to the trap door Cooper came out of. I'm a boss! We're just smiling upon you. But, know what? Fortune is a bitch. Oh no! We get shot a lot.
Choke?
I bet Henry wants to figure out how to do the stuff that we do. Who are you in reality? John yesterday, Choke.
Are you still there, Choke?
Or is neither one your real name?
Is that you?
How many lies have you yet to remember? Above all, why are you coming back to life?
I have to go, but I'll come back for you.
Don't
Bonjour,
forget
Faye.
that today is my Danny's birthday, okay?
I'll try.
Try the
not
scar in your hand. Hope to find answers. All these questions from another place.
Is this it?
Yeah, it must be.
We have to take advantage of the daylight we have left. I'll start unloading things. You take a look, okay?
Suddenly, something irresistibly draws your attention. He's getting closer and closer to the endpoint. No! Alright, we have a pocket knife, a lighter, and what looks to be a flashlight and or torch, depending on where you're from. It has an obvious resemblance to Petite's cross. Centuries worth of dirt is keeping you from seeing anything beyond that. Scratch the fingernails and try to dislodge it, but none of it does any good. Burn it! You can remove the dirt from the cross by scraping it with this knife? Really not. Showing the thing of such beauty has ended up like this. Jeunesse de Orduna, I'm gonna guess, must be in love with Notre Dame because this rose window bears a strong resemblance to the ones in the Parisian cathedral. Examine the panes in search of something hidden, meaning you don't find any. What drew my attention over here? Oh. But, like Petite's cross, it doesn't seem like you need to insert anything into the center of this one. No matter how much you feel around the center of the cross, you don't find any hole or nick. Well, I have a knife. Let's do this. What? Amount of dirt around the cross. Touch dirt around the cross, but it would take centuries for you to dig up with your fingernails. Knife! Lighter! Somehow flashlight. I am bad at life. Alright, well maybe we're done over here. Just had my attention, you know, stuff does. That's where I just was, right? Yeah. What's this? Scrub brush with coarse boar bristles and a broken handle. The scrub brush, but you can't find the missing part of the handle. You can still hold the base of it and scrub. What's wrong with you? St. Fergus Lake. It's on the shore of the lake, but you don't see anything that interests you. Alright. What if I scrub brush this? That? I had dreams. That's the lake. Hey, good looking. Thank you. Small camping stove. We're gonna take this. If you're gonna heat something, you'll do it here. Alright then. Hey, kitty. Don't dare to tell her what you learned at Happy Dale. So is her lip piercing fake?
You holding up okay?
More or less. The trip was exhausting.
Thanks for schlepping through all those miles for me.
I couldn't refuse. But you're right, it was exhausting. I was in pretty good shape up to Glasgow, but then exhaustion got the better of me. I parked in front of a motel next to the highway and slept 3 hours in the car. But it looks like it wasn't enough.
Look fine to me.
I'm in the same shape as you are. This jet lag is killing me.
Let's take advantage of the few hours of daylight we have left, John.
It'll be dark.
And then make
in a
out all
while,
night.
and we won't be able to do anything but sleep.
Let's make use of the time we have left. Then we'll bed down in the Jeep.
Together?
Of course, numbskull.
In that case, I'm praying that it gets dark real soon.
Don't get your hopes up. We're too tired to take advantage of the night.
How could you possibly say that with that look on your face? Smile a bit. Jeez, John. She is
Finding
gorgeous.
anything interesting in your father's diary?
No, nothing that can directly link him to this place.
Well, gosh darn it. Spoiler, I'm secretly her father.
I found a cross that's very similar to the one your father built.
Oh, yeah? The diary mentions an identical one. Could the one you found have been the model it was based on?
It's possible, yes. Finding anything
talking.
interesting in your father's diary?
But there is something in here about the cross. Mercury in the right arm, sulfur in the left, salt in the top end, and fire in the base.
We're totally gonna
When
be
we
that guy.
first met, when I told you to meet me at the airport, did anything disappear from the store?
No, nothing. Well, part of the mercury my father had on hand, but it was you who took it just before you disappeared. You told me that it could hold the key.
Then I returned to the hotel, and Marcel used it to poison me, and...
So I'm telling Pauline the truth. Any evidence to back you up, she'll think you're nuts. Make sure you're here to look for evidence that shows that Henry is the Inquisitor, serial killer of
When I
vagrants.
came out of the coma, I had lost my memory. Finding
Sorry about
anything
that.
interesting in your father's diary?
There's one phrase that strikes me in particular. Mercury to remember. It's a quotation from Paracelso, it seems. But in your case, it was just the opposite, since in the end, it was the mercury that made you lose your memory, right?
Yeah, it's totally the Mercury and not the dying.
The American guy who had dinner with your father the night before they killed him. I think it was Henry White.
Me too. But one thing's clear. He ordered my father's murder, and I swear that I'm going to make him pay for it.
She says with a perfectly... I think that's the one thing that's always had me slightly off about this game, is that although the characters have, like, that's beautiful artwork. I love every inch of it. Every pixel of it even. Let's go with that one. I wish the characters, like, faces would match their expressions.
I think I remember meeting your father.
What? When?
Careful, you can't tell her that you were Choke. Not yet.
I don't know. They're just random flashbacks, but I did meet him. You told me about a friend of your father's. Choke.
A weird guy. He was sick in the head. He had a strange fascination with the Inquisition. It was like he wanted to go back there or something. I was scared of him. He shouted a lot. He got angry with my father. One day, they argued so much that my father kicked him out, and I never saw him again. My father never told me what it was about.
Totally.
I'm sorry.
How long was I
mixed up in
Choke?
all this, Pauline.
Don't be sorry. Otherwise, I never would have met you. And that's the only thing that's keeping me going.
They're a cute couple. I think they're insane. Look at the bottle of
Did
zinc.
you know that the first person to catalog zinc as a metal was Paracelso, the greatest alchemist in history?
Really knowing what zinc is good for, you pick up the bottle that contains it. Can we take that shovel? Probably get the brilliant idea of bringing a shovel along. In the circumstances you have known, no doubt we're going to need that shovel. Iron cooking pot. It'll probably come in handy if you find out or remember the role alchemy played in the Order of the Flesh. Mercury, always useful. It's paradoxical that you, who can barely remember anything, are the few people with a memory of how it tastes. Picking up the bottle of mercury, you repeat yourself, I gotta stop drinking. Vinegar. The most effective cleaning products that exist in antiquity. This vinegar will be useful to you for one thing or another. You look at the bottle of sulfur.
Hey, Choke, did you know that in Sanskrit the word sulfur is the same as the word for enemy?
Huh. Did the sulfur help you? Same way the piece of wood marked with a symbol did in the antique shop? We're just gonna take all these bottles. It's hard to believe that something so common was so important in alchemy. But it was, just as salt has been the reason behind innumerable wars and was used as currency in many civilizations. Spoilers, if you were rich, you, showed off that you had salt. So for a long time, people didn't salt anything. When you see in your ruins, you're pretty sure you're going to need some salt. I'm always salty, don't worry. Anywho, but, basically, rich people were the only people that had salt. Because, just getting it in general was a pain in the butt, so they would show off that they had it when they had people over, or you would do that as something fancy. And now we just farm it endlessly, and we're cool. Probably not endlessly. There's gold dust. Come here. We got the bottle of gold dust. Cobalt. Its name comes from the German word kobold. Or that you don't know if you could remember in another life. Wait. A word that you'd know if you could remember that in another life you were a computer nerd. How many lives have I had? All mineral enthusiasts know that cobalt gives you a lot to play with. I just think it's pretty. Alcohol. Pick up the small bottle of clear alcohol. Alright. Oh, what's that? Medallions are the same as the ones in the facade of Notre Dame. Remember a letter that Henry told you about, sent by a Spanish captain and the Grand Inquisitor of 1501. Thankfully, Your Excellency saw the relationship between the Order of the Flesh and the Holy Cathedral of Our Lady of Paris. It led us to uncover the evil in an apparently holy church. You touch the stone, notice the medallions, you remember.
de Orduña, the leader of the Order of the Flesh.
It was totally us.
Exact replicas of the medallions on the facade of Notre Dame for a church he was planning to build. Do you understand, Choke? If we find the church, we find the Order of the Flesh.
Any other little stuff for us to look at? We just looked at that. Alright, I think we got everything. Darn it. This cross is what you think it is. The alchemy elements are going to come in handy, but first you'll have to remove the outer crust of dirt that's covering it. With vinegar. Vinegar might help you clean the cross, but not by applying it. Oh, fine. Oh. Effort and patience, you dig and dig until you uncover the cross, which turns out to be part of a headstone. Also, in the dirt, you find something that you pick up with hesitation. Cool. Anything else in there? No. Oh. I would expect a hole. Alright, but we need to clean the rest of this off, so how do we do it? I clicked off my screen. No! Oh, I messed up my whole setup! Ah, it's been 15 minutes! Oh, I don't know if I'll finish this in time. Ah! Flashlight. Okay. Let's not go that far to the side. Oh, maybe I need water. Pot with clean, cold water. Sweet! Now can I do it? The contents of the pot might help you clean the cross, empty it over the cross. Well, you know what? Scrub brush, cold water. What do you mean? Was something else? Oh, do I need the added vinegar to it? Or generous shot of vinegar into the pot. Sorry for all the walking back and forth. Scrub brush in the cold mix. Scrub brushes in the cold water, mix with vinegar, but the dirt clings to the cross like a barnacle. Darn it. Oh, maybe I need to heat it up. Got most of it off. That looks like a pea. On the stove. Oh, is it warm? There we go. Water, vinegar in the pot for a few minutes. Contents of the pot are still hot. I can look at the car. Plane drove practically non-stop from Paris. There's a steering wheel, gas pedal, you sit in the driver's seat, but nothing. No recollection of how to drive comes to you. I know, it's an everyday thing with me. How about now? Scrub the brush with a mixture of hot water and vinegar. The encrusted dirt starts to come off. After abusing your arm muscles for a long time, we can get to those. Alright. Oh.
And the coin of judgment to outwit the Creator himself.
Okay. What was it? Was it Mercury in the right? Dislodge the plug with your fingers. Oh, come on. Pocket knife, come to me. I have too many items. And the knife helps you unplug the hole. Plug the hole immediately. Blow the mercury in the hole and something inside the cross is released. Sweet! Oh, that one opens just fine. Sulfur. Put in the hole. Pour sulfur in the hole. And? Was that the wrong one? It was sulfur in that one, right? Because I thought it was silver for forever. What was the top one? Salt? Pour salt inside. Some mechanism inside the cross is released. Oh, how do... Oh! We'll light the alcohol on fire. Alcohol, after which you hear a sound that you interpret as a good sign. Alcohol burns quickly, and some mechanism inside the cross slides into position. Alright, we're awesome. Oh, fun. Uh-oh. Let me get this out of the way. That's the thing. What? Why am I naked?
Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Silence! I've asked you to come to the Hall of Eternity because the peace of our community has been disturbed. One of us has prevented the carnal act from being consummated. Show yourself, heretic!
Jeez.
Who are you?
I have no name, other than the one you gave me when I joined this order. Vulcanus.
You have been my right hand
jeez.
since we started this church. But you've betrayed us! Confess your crime!
What was my crime? Soul?
I offered my soul to the devil to curry favor with him.
That's a crime? Haven't we all?
Fair enough.
I've tortured innocent people to extract their knowledge.
And you were probably one of the best torturers this order
Yeah,
has.
go us!
But that's not the source of your betrayal.
Oh, we're going all...
I received the body of Christ in sin to please our Lord Satan.
You know very well that such an honorable deed does not constitute disloyalty.
I've opened tombs, profaned cadavers, and stolen their organs.
I myself asked you to do it. You can't be repentant for that.
I mean, man's got a point. Did I kill someone?
Murdered over 50 people in cold blood. Men, women, old people, and...
And you lost your resolve, heretic. You disobeyed my orders when you helped the one chosen to complete the carnal act.
He was just a child.
And what difference does age make when you have eternal life? He had to die in order to come back
I mean,
to
fair
life
point.
and give meaning to our quest. Do you repent for your treachery?
Doesn't sound like
Do
it.
it again, penis.
What
snap.
should we do with him, brothers and sisters? Life? Or death? Let it be death, then. But Satan is the only merciful God, and he is going to give you a second chance. After your death,
Oh, jeez.
you will return to life to serve him again, docilely and without any possibility of betrayal.
You
Tuition?
wouldn't dare. You can't do that to me.
Ah, but I can. In nomine Dei nostri Satanas Luciferi Excelsi. After years of searching, We've hit on the exact combination of torture and alchemy elements that make up the formula for eternal life. Brother Vulcanus, you've been tortured according to the ritual, and now you will drink from the chalice of eternal life.
Have fun with that.
And sulfur to purify it. Iron to strengthen it. Gold to return.
Mercury.
Fire in honor of Satan.
Mercury.
And the coin of judgment to outwit the Creator himself.
Mercury to remember.
The moment is at hand, brothers and sisters. Make him drink it.
They didn't give me the mercury, and that's why I can't remember.
Now, brand him with fire, so that we recognize him when he returns.
Holy cow! I feel like the screaming should have happened when that was being cut.
Satan, you who have granted eternal life to this heretic, allow me to take it from him momentarily, so that he may rise again and give evidence of your works. Kill the prisoner.
In the name of the Holy Inquisition, the sacrilegious priest,
Oh.
and all the members of the diabolic order of the flesh, they shall be judged in their own blasphemous church, and burned in the open sky, as an example to other heretics. This sentence is executed today, the 31st day of August of the year 1501 of our Lord.
Oh gosh darn it. Oh jeez. Did you not?
Your friend, Mr. White's about to arrive.
You slip away from the two men
He
holding
wants
you.
you to prepare him a recipe. You remember it, don't you?
But then what? There are too many of them.
Cat got your tongue?
I
Let's
do
use something.
remember you.
Oh, that you learned many lives
Die
ago.
you. Every time I look in the mirror. Don't move!
You've already mastered sword fighting. Why are you still here, apprentice?
You still haven't taught me how to control the unknown sense.
You are not ready.
When will I be?
Bring me a truth flower.
And
Oh,
you'll
dang it.
teach me to use the unknown sense?
Bring me a truth flower. Alright, we got bird seed, a tooth. Oh, he's got bowls in front of him. Block of yak butter. With a slight gesture of assent, your master authorizes you to take a block of butter. Honey your master uses to sweeten the sampa. Don't leave your master without honey for the sampa. Well, what if I take a little in the jar? Master gives you his blessing, take a little honey. Just a little with the ladle, which isn't a ladle, it's a cup. Also, it's been like 30 minutes, but I feel like we're right at the end. So, screw it, I'll go along. We're gonna get to the end of this, I feel it. Beans, the main ingredient in sampa. Gastronomically speaking, very few things repulse you as much as peas. Alright. Got the katana. Got corn. Bring me a truth flower, bird. The kernel's corn, one of the holes in the wall, and... I just fed a bird. Maybe make the bird really fat. master has explicitly forbidden you from ringing the bell again. And we'll spend releasing prayers to them. Or dedicate to them. One of those two. Do I even remember? Oh, maybe I stick the bird there. Because the bird's next to it, so... Corresponding one of the holes in the wall. Because we have a memory of this. Hopefully yak butter's not needed, because then I have to do this all over again. Oh, now it'll bring me one, I bet. Look, I'll figure this out eventually. Plus, it's a nice bird. Feet until pops. For the last time, and... I bet you have honey stuck to you. Or seed. There we go. Discover that several seeds have fallen from the bush into the nest. Alright. Only thing you need from the wall are the seeds, and there are none left. Oh, I took them. Okay. The right way to go? Okay, so the soil's good. Separate the layer of ice that surrounds the bush, but you're not successful. With a sword, because we know how to use it. Alright! Driving with a katana, you break the layer of ice that surrounds the dead bush, dig up the soil, and pull it out with its roots. Bury the seeds with the knowledge that on their own, they'll take a long time to germinate. Well, crud. Maybe we can use... That was stuck, right? And butter's buttery. Person jams the brake, allowing the crane to turn. I have no idea what's in this, I just wanted to mess with it. We've been living at the bottom of the void for years. Or it could have. You'd have to lean out over the void to untie the knot that ties the bucket to the pulley. Too risky. Katana? Sharp is no match for sharp blade. It's a bucket. Excellent. Icicles look like fangs. Can't take any of the icicles even if you wanted to because you can't reach them or break them off with your hands. Well. Oh! Tying it with a rope, you pull the bucket underneath one of the icicles, which you cut off cleanly with the katana. And now we have to heat it. Maybe in the incense thing? Place the bucket on top of the burner, and we have water. I knew using a cup on the water thing wouldn't work because he would have cut it from our belly, which sounds awful. Or the sea day after day, week after week, until...
You have demonstrated
Yay!
that you possess the patience, the astuteness, the perseverance, and the respect for life required to learn to control your unknown sense.
Thank you, Master.
Have you finished your chores for today?
Yes, Master.
Good. Because today you won't be capable of doing anything else. Prepare yourself.
Oh. And we became ninjas in the dark.
Forget you have eyes and open your unknown sense. Prepare yourself.
I'll never be able to do it.
Never
True.
doesn't exist. Patience, yes. This time you lasted 1 second longer.
Woo! Go us!
Prepare yourself.
That is not my mother.
Henry!
John!
Release her.
Not yet. First, you're going to make me immortal.
Not on your life.
Such rancor. And what about her?
No! Ah!
You have 20 minutes to prepare the potion. Half hour at most. Your sainted mother has brought everything a good alchemist could possibly need. Right, Doctor?
Oh, jeez.
Recognize this, John? I found it in Bratislava. Who knows how it got there?
Yeah? Well, a simple carpenter's cup would have worked just as well.
John,
Thank you, John. So, John, tell me everything. Did you meet Napoleon, Nostradamus, Marilyn Monroe, Hitler?
Let's go along with it.
Yes, Henry. Sherlock Holmes. And Don Quixote. Mickey Mouse and I used to have dinner together every Wednesday night.
You erase this through your mind. Henry Cooper, your fake mother.
Why were you pretending to be my mother?
John, Henry made me do it. He threatened me. He invented this entire story to get you involved in the investigation.
Who are you really?
Who I say I am. Elaine yesterday.
Is it true what you told me about your husband?
Almost all of it. Frank was my thesis director, and I fell in love with him. He died at 84, 3 years ago, peacefully in his bed. Not in Cadway Station like I
You
told
guys
him.
suck.
Henry invented that story and had me tell it to you.
Are you really an expert on medieval sects?
All the books and articles written by Frank and myself that you read were authentic.
See, she's just smiling calmly through it, which is not cool to
How
me.
did you get involved in all this?
Henry hired me 2 years ago when he had only one clue, the symbol of the Y. I learned of its connection to the Order of the Flesh, the torture methods they employed. But that's it. A few months ago, Henry hired me again. But this time at gunpoint. I pretended to
Awesome.
be your mother up until your fake suicide in Paris. And when you came back to life, I played the role again, as if nothing had happened.
What do you get out of all this?
I stay alive. If Pauline comes back to life, we'll all drink from this chalice.
Oh, good time.
No, Henry. Do you really believe he'll let you drink from it?
Yes? Right, Henry?
Of course, Elaine. You know me, and you know that I'm not a tightwad. I'm the American millionaire who dedicates the most money and time to charity. White Enterprises shares its patents with any NGO that wants to use them for the common good. I've created hospitals, schools, and community centers all over the country. You know me, and you know that I do whatever's necessary to get what I want. But you also know that when I have something, I share it. Elaine, you can rest assured that when I become immortal, you will too.
Nope.
How long were you torturing me in that room?
From the day we took you there, 2 years went by. But I missed out on the first month, thanks to you.
That scar. Does it hurt?
Only when it's gonna rain. The doctors that Henry hired were the best. In less capable hands, I would have never made it.
This game has been a roller coaster.
Did you enjoy torturing me?
Yes, it made me feel good. Powerful, dangerous, fulfilled. Revenge is addictive.
Did you ever feel guilty about it?
One day, around a year after you got there, you'd passed out after I broke several of your ribs with the baseball bat. You woke up and asked, "Do you know what your name is?" I said, and I quote, "My name is Samuel. Samuel Cooper." You said only this, "You're lucky, Samuel. It was weeks before I tortured you again."
What do you think Henry will do if the potion works? Will he let you drink it?
Henry is my best friend. And well, isn't that right, Henry?
I'm your only friend, Cooper. The only one. But, do you know what? You're also my only friend. My life began
He's
at the
crazy.
same time yours did. In the university. The day we teamed up to kill Ralph Martinson. Nobody could understand how we got along so well. The hard-working weakling heir and the penniless jock. But what we had, and we have in common, nobody else shares. We're special, Cooper, you and I. How could I face immortality without you, Cooper?
How many have you killed?
Not that many. Around 50. Well, twice that if I count you.
I mean, fair point on the count.
Why did you kill Pauline's father?
He didn't want to play ball.
Well,
How did you get to Petit?
It was your friend Boris in Cadway Station.
He says he lived in Paris, Berlin, Moscow. What a shame. Look, wax from the candles has dripped on the cake.
I started
Dang it,
monitoring
Boris.
the libraries in all of those cities. If anyone checked out a book on sects, Satanism, alchemy, the symbolism of the alphabet, the Inquisition, torture, I would hear about it. Our good man Petit was a voracious reader.
Pauline told me that her father...
He had spent the entire day with an American collector. They made some good deals. The man was going to pay us a lot of money. We were going to renovate the store, do some traveling. When I woke up the next morning, he had hanged himself.
What really happened, Henry?
To gain his trust, I told him that I wanted to have first option to buy all the antiques he found. But when I tried to get information about the Order of the Flesh out of him, he said that he had abandoned the investigation years ago without turning anything up.
so you killed him?
What did he tell you about his relationship with Choke?
With you mean. It was you who set him on the trail of the Order of the Flesh. Probably thanks to some isolated flashback you had. But the flashbacks
Whoops.
themselves made you crazy, unpredictable, egocentric, violent. You started to believe that you had lived in the time of the Inquisition, and you came to suspect that his daughter was a witch. Yes, John. You tried to kill your beloved Pauline. Aren't you happy to find out that we're not so different?
I mean, she is like magically adorable.
Done to me, Henry.
Everything imaginable. Can you be a little more specific?
At first, you only burned vagrants. Why did you start torturing them, using the techniques of the Order of the Flesh?
Because of you, John. When Doctor yesterday connected your scar with the
Oh.
Order, and I saw the acts of torture they practiced, I mistakenly believed that behind them I'd find the secret of immortality. You made me what I am, John, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Jeez, don't have kids.
What happened after the day that you shot me in the back and Boris escaped from the warehouse?
The best period of my life. Imagine a boy with a cake you can never finish. A pervert with a girl who doesn't know how to keep her legs together. Or a psychopath with a victim that can be killed over and over again. But everything ends up getting
Jeez.
old. I wanted to be like you, and I started to investigate.
How did it occur to you to hire me to investigate the Order of the Flesh?
Your flashbacks were what did it. I realized that you sometimes remembered things from your previous lives. I used to love to electrocute you, for example. One time in 10, you would remember earlier electrocutions. When Doctor yesterday stopped progressing and Petit refused to help me, I thought that your ability to remember your own past would be the best tool for reconstructing it. And it's worked out that way.
Marcel screwed it up by making me drink mercury. That improved my ability to remember.
Just the opposite. If it weren't for that, we probably wouldn't be here today. Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend. But make no mistake, I'm not reproaching you and the girl for killing him. I probably would have ended up killing him myself anyway.
Oh, well done. Good times.
You've promised Cooper and Elaine that you'll share immortality with them.
And I will.
I'd like to remind you of a couple of things you said earlier.
Since he was no longer useful to me and he knew too much, I had to have him liquidated.
What good will Elaine be to you when you're immortal, Henry?
Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend. But make no mistake, I'm not reproaching you and the girl for killing him. I probably would have ended up killing him myself anyway.
If you do this to all your friends, what's Cooper to think?
Henry.
Cooper. Shit, John. What did they ever do to you?
At last, it's just you and me.
And the girl? Have you forgotten her that quickly? Will she remember?
You son of a bitch!
No!
Good.
She'll be back in 5 minutes.
Is this the price one has to pay for immortality?
You'll pay for all this, Henry.
Don't threaten me, John. You're just one bullet away from being my slave again.
How do you feel now that you're immortal?
Peaceful. Serene. I want to start all over again with a clean slate.
Any idea how many bullets you have left, Henry?
Don't mess with me, John.
Isn't there a giant hole behind him? The 3 leading characters in the story will upset the balance. Brilliant volunteer. The millionaire psychopath.
Get me out of here, and you'll have all of eternity to take revenge. Do you want to torture me? Go ahead. I know that you'd like to. Skin me alive with a nail clipper. Drive nails into my eyes. Pop my gonads with a pair of pliers. Smash my teeth with a hammer. Tie off my veins in my legs and make me walk. Rip off my limbs. Sand my skin off until you reach the bone. Make me swallow my lower intestine. Impale me. Take a video of me, and we'll have a good laugh watching it together. I'm your new toy. Don't you see?
This is
I'm
a
not
list.
out for revenge, Henry.
Do you know why I prefer to kill vagrants? The pain of a vagrant dies with him. No one suffers for him. I can't stop killing. It's in my nature. Would you prefer that
What's
I
going
kill
on with your
mothers,
eyes?
husbands, boyfriends, daughters, lovers, grandchildren? The vagrant is alone. Just like you were, John.
You don't move me, Henry.
You were my best victim. It didn't matter how much I tortured you, or how many times I killed you. Because no one cried for you. Because you were alone. All alone. But now you're not. See? We're alike, you and I, John.
I'm not like you, Henry.
So you think you're a good person, John? You haven't always been. As Miguel de Castro, you were a murderer. As Choke, you were a madman. In each of these lives, you were different, depending on the choices you made. Do you know what you'll become if you decide to throw me off, John? What you hate most in this world. Me.
Terrible life choice.
Get out of here.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I'll miss you, John, yesterday. Good thing I have a new toy.
Oh, crap! So I've read that you can replay the endings or something like that. Like, you can get access to all 3 endings. Wow, this went on 50 minutes. So I'm gonna get you guys on the endings, of course. This is a really good episode, like, just a really good game. I like how twisted it got after a while, because I'm just sitting like, what? I really like the art style. I'm amazed at the price. They have really good voice actors. The puzzles all made sense, which is something that I just absolutely love. This is just such a good game, jeez. I'm hoping this isn't, like, copyrighted. Also, they didn't talk about, like, finding Boris and, like, taking him off. I don't want to skip this because A, I like seeing the pictures, and B, I want to see more stuff. I think there's a cutscene afterwards. I'm not 100% sure. Also, how old are those kids now? And he totally killed his parents, right? Leave a comment below. Like, just leave me all of the comments. It's fine. I'll reply to them. I want to know you guys' thoughts on this game. It just... the art style, the old master, the ending, whatever the other 2 endings are going to be. Because I got 3 choices to make there. See, now I'm mad at myself for not getting the other game that came out that's a prequel to this. But it wasn't under $10, so I didn't want to get it and, like, not play it on the channel. There is another game in the story, though. The mannequins. Oh my gosh. Mannequins, the most important people in the series. Big video. It's just amazingly well done and had, like, really good twists on it that, like, I had jokingly guessed at, but, like, then I eventually figured it out and I'm just like, what? Oh. There's no hole in my shirt.
Henry.
Oh! Alright, I want to skip this. Out of curiosity, where does it start? Wow, I haven't exited this in ages. Alright, well now you have a black screen. I will play through the rest of this again and get you guys the other 2 endings. Apparently it doesn't save unless you exit the game. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Bye!